So recently, there's been news that a Scalper group cleared out Phantasmal Flames from Pokemon Center before even officially releasing, which is kind of unheard of. I don't think this has really ever happened. But now, with so many people scalping, there's going to be some smart people out there that can find ways to do this. And I guess they have found out a way to do this, and they cleared out Phantasmal Flames from the Pokemon Center even before people even got the chance. Like, it wasn't like they dropped it on the Pokemon Center website, then the scalpers did their thing with their bots. This was even before that happening. So, the scalpers, whoever is doing this, they're getting smart. There's probably some smart people in the space, yeah, they were able to buy a large amount of Phantasmal Flames even before people got the chance. Phantasmal Flames has not launched at the Pokemon Center or major retailers yet. However, this morning, its products were preloaded into the Pokemon Center's backend in preparation for launch. For over an hour, scalper groups were somehow able to trick the checkout system into selling them the products. And here's some screenshots. So here's one of them. It shows somebody getting their order in. And here is a few screenshots from I guess, the Discord. So here is from the Discord successfully checked out. Here are all like the emails from them placing the order at the Pokemon Center website, and here I guess is just some other stuff from the Discord. And here is like some, I guess, messages from the actual I guess group. 15,000 plus checkouts from what we can see so far. Once our polling catches up, then we will post final numbers. And here, look at this. With over 42,000 items checked out, counting multi count orders, it's beginning to look out of stock. If Pokemon Center wanted to pull stock earlier, they would have well over an hour ago. Manual users were checking out as well. Massive error on their end. We just happen to be more alert than most. And yeah, I guess they're all hyping each other up. This is our holiday season. Let the criers cry and whiners whine. They can go tell their moms what happened today and break their monitors while we reap the profits. So, interesting. One Discord group named Hidden Society was able to collectively purchase at least 42,000 Phantasmal Flames products. And then, yeah, I already read this. So that was from just one Discord group. And I'm assuming a lot more Discord groups were able to purchase, but just one group purchased 42,000 products. Now, I'm not exactly sure how much Pokemon Center actually releases for each set, for each product. I'm not sure, so I don't know if 42,000 is a large amount. Obviously, that's spread across whatever products they preloaded, but 42,000 from one group is pretty big. And you got to think now there's probably maybe like hundreds of these Discord groups, and you multiply that up, and if people that maybe share information know about it and they all share it together, they may have bought, honestly, it's a kind of a crazy situation if you think about it, because is Pokemon Center going to honor this? Well, we'll see. The group openly markets itself as the ultimate tool for upcoming entrepreneurs, providing exclusive information across various trending topics that put money in our members' pockets. I don't know if this is really being an entrepreneur by botting. Is that being an entrepreneur? I don't really think so, but it remains unclear if the Pokemon Center canceled the group's early orders. In private messages shown to PokeBeach, one of the group's admins told another staff member, just tell everyone, and then in brackets, the orders got canceled so people stopped talking about it. Shortly after, screenshots began to circulate of alleged canceled orders. So I guess they were trying to spread some misinformation just so that everyone would calm down. Like, oh, Pokemon Center, they took care of it. They canceled their orders. And, for all the people, obviously, that will see this will not be as mad. Like, oh, Pokemon Center, they did something about it, whatever. But apparently, if you see anything about that, maybe it's a lie, because they literally said here that to lie about it. Some of the group admins have since deactivated their social media accounts following public backlash. Unfortunately, it is difficult for online stores to combat scalping groups. They often employ bot networks that spoof credit card numbers, IP addresses, and even home addresses. Earlier this year, the Pokemon Center implemented a virtual queue to slow down bot purchases, and also added purchase limits to their in-store machines to deter scalping. Yeah, so that's the thing. I mean, Pokemon Center, Walmart, Best Buy, all these places have implemented these, I guess, virtual queues. And even with trying to put these barriers in place to stop scalping, it does literally nothing. If anything, it probably makes it worse because you can't, like, if you know, there's bots, they're going to get there before you in line, the virtual queue, whatever, and you're never going to really even have a chance to even slip in maybe an order. Some people get them, but it's like, I feel like worse with the virtual queue thing, even though that was supposed to prevent the bots, which obviously it's not doing anything at all. The Pokemon TCG is currently experiencing shortages due to unprecedented demand. Yeah, it's been like that for a year. Over the past 3 fiscal years, TPCI has printed 42% of all Pokemon cards ever produced. And people say Pokemon is artificially causing scarcity. If, you know, assuming that this is, you know, obviously accurate, that is not the case. I mean, think about that. 42% of all Pokemon cards in literally 3 years. And Pokemon's been around for almost 30 years at this point. I mean, you tell me. TPCI is continuing to print at maximum capacity. When the Pokemon Center drops Phantasmal Flames, a new story will be posted here in our Twitter. Okay, whatever. So very interesting stuff that, you know, this happened. This has really never happened, I don't think, ever. So the fact that this happened, especially in the Phantasmal Flames, I think is, you know, pretty crazy. But what are you going to do? Scalpers, they're going to scalp. But this obviously is a little bit more concerning because this literally happened before it even got dropped officially by Pokemon Center. So obviously something on the back end is not secure, and they were able to figure something out and purchase a lot of product. And this is just one example of one group where they bought 42,000. Like I said, there's many other groups out there, and just think about, okay, if other people also knew about this, how many other groups, how much did they buy? So it'll be interesting if Pokemon Center, what they do about this situation. Are they going to cancel their orders for, you know, because obviously they, you know, weren't supposed to be able to buy this. They didn't officially release it on their behalf. So therefore, they could probably argue, I don't know all the laws with all these things, but possibly maybe they could argue, hey, we did not officially release on our site. You found like some sort of, you know, I don't know, thing on the back end where you were able to do this, but we ourselves did not make the effort to actually, you know, release it. So therefore, maybe it's voided. I don't know the laws. Maybe it could be argued that they should have had security in place and they need to honor it. But I'm thinking, you know, it could go both ways. I like I said, I don't know all the laws with all these sort of things, but it will be very interesting because, guys, think about this. If these scalpers, right, these scalpers that bought before even everything was released, if Pokemon Center, for whatever reason, legal reasons, I don't know, have to honor all of these purchases, think about what that's going to do to the market. If all Pokemon Center, obviously local game stores, Walmart's, Targets, they'll still have their drops and stuff, but Pokemon Center's, you know, pretty big, you know, thing, and usually it's the first one to drop in terms of, you know, new release sets. What that's going to do to prices and everything. Pretty crazy that this happened, but we'll see what Pokemon Center does. We'll see if they come out with a statement or anything, but yeah, interesting. I genuinely don't know what should be done to combat scalpers, because the best method I can think of is just letting them sit on product, letting them go into debt, because clearly printing more cards hasn't been working, and a lot of people like this comment. This has literally been said for the past year, to just let scalpers sit on product and they'll go into debt. Like, I mean, guys, if you really think about this principle of just don't buy from scalpers and prices will go down, this has been said for the last year. So if it's been said for the last year and it's not working now, do you think it's actually going to start working at this point? Like, I don't think so. There's people out there, you know, that have money or that are willing to spend the amount of money, whatever the product's worth, and they're buying it. You can't stop millions of people from buying stuff that they want. It is what it is. It sucks, but what are you going to do? This is just a new normal, I guess. Rust in pieces. This is a supply and demand problem. They need to print even more so supply overcomes demand. Well, I mean, if you're looking at what's going on, I'm pretty sure they are printing to demand. At everyone, don't buy product, just buy the raw cards, make them suffer, bleep the chase. Nobody actually cares. Another thing that's been said for a very long time, don't open, just buy raw cards. I mean, somebody's going to have to open the cards, right? Or open the product. Surely the illicit pre-orders got canceled, right? Letting this go would be an unprecedented bleep show. I have enough faith in TPCI that I don't think they would do nothing. How are people like this? Is this even real? So, yeah, I mean, I would assume also, like, I just can't see this going through, like them honoring this, in my opinion, but it could go, you could argue both ways, because obviously they, like I said, they didn't do this on their behalf. So it's not like they released it and then they have to honor it. It wasn't their decision for this to happen. people just found some whatever hole or whatever, and they were able to buy this. So what do you guys think about this situation? Is this, interesting to you? How do you feel about this personally? I'm not even that surprised that something I guess like this has happened, because I'm telling you, Pokemon scalping has gotten so mainstream in terms of like a lot of people know about it, people that aren't even into Pokemon, and there's definitely some smart people out there, regardless if they even care about Pokemon, that probably know there's money to be made, and they found a way to do this, and this has been pretty big news. So pretty interesting, I guess. Phantasmal Flames, for how much hype there is, that this has happened on the Pokemon Center website, that scalpers seemingly bought out a large amount of product, maybe all of it. Who knows? Because this is literally just one example, but sucks. It just adds to more of the negativity, and obviously, just this whole space in Pokemon. Literally, if you talk about Pokemon to like anybody, automatically scalping, the word gets brought up. It's pretty bad, but this is just gonna add fuel to the fire. So that's all I want to talk about in this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.